Hi everyone, I'm Raisinelle. Welcome to my channel, Small Town Big Pots, where every hand is a story, every bluff has a purpose, and the next big pot is just one card away. Whether you're here to improve your game or you just want to follow along with my poker adventure, you found the right table. We're going to be heading out to Vegas in a couple days here. I'm going to play in some of the World Series of Poker tournaments there. Mini main event for sure. That's one of my favorite tournaments that I play in. Depending how the flights go, there's 3 day one flight. So I'm hoping not to play in all of them, but that's our backup plan, is playing one A, B, and C. See if we can bag for day 2 in that event. There's also a Deepstack tournament going on at the same time. There are some daily Deepstacks as well. Hoping not to have to play any of those. We'll be out there for 10 days total. My husband and I will be taking a few days in R&R, enjoying our time, relaxing a little bit, and then I'll be playing in the events. Looks like it's going to be a nice hot week in Vegas. We're looking forward to it, and we'll update you along the way. Thanks for joining. And if you do like the content you find here, please like and subscribe. It does help me and my channel as well. Thanks. On our way to our gate, ready to go to Vegas. Here in Flight 1A of the mini main event, but cards are very cold for us. Okay, quick update. Flight 1A did not go well for us. We just couldn't get anything spinning at the beginning of the day. We lost a few hands straight away, which put us down 40,000 pretty quick. Just, playing more hands than usual because we were so short-handed. King on the button. We had 4 limpers. I raise on the button. I get 2 callers. One of the callers is a guy who never folds to me, has called me down every hand I've played with him so far, and probably stares down about as well as I do. So, and then another guy to my right, he also called. Flop comes King 6-6, so we are golden. They both checked, so I chose to check it. On the turn, first player checks it. The cutoff to my right, he bets at it. So I just called him. That turn was the 9. That's when he bet. I called. River was the queen. Board was perfect for my boat. He bets 8,000, so I raised it to 20,000. He pretty much insta-called, didn't think about it, so I think I could have raised my bet just a little bit there. He called with 5-6, so he flopped his trips, and I think he was pretty proud of them. But all right, and then lost a big one right after that to the same player. I had ace-king of hearts, and he raised pre-flop, so I re-raised him. He 4-bet me, so I just flat called him then. Board came 6-5, 6-8. He bet a little bit, which was a little suspicious, so I called him. On the turn, he checked it. I bet, and he went all in, turned over his cards, showed me so he had flopped the trip 6s and had turned a boat. He tabled his cards, didn't realize that I didn't bet enough to put him all in, and assumed he was all in, so I got to see his hand. Unfortunately, I had to fold. It wasn't much more to call him, but I'd already seen his hand, knew I was beat, so I folded that one. So that put me back down at the 40,000 area. My final hand, I had ace 10 and in second position. A new player had just sat down. He was in first position, raised it, so I just called with my ace 10 offsuit. Flop comes ace king 7. He bets, so I raised it. Just how he was acting, I didn't think he had flopped an ace. If he did, ace king did cross my mind, but you know, first hand I didn't know what he played, and so that was maybe bad on my part. But so I raised him, he tanked, and I was feeling pretty confident at that time that my ace 10 was good. Unfortunately, he tanked for a while, re-looked at his cards. I felt like I was good, so he put on a good play. Re-raised me all in. I was pretty short at that point, so I figured it was all or nothing. I couldn't keep folding. So I did call him, and he did turn over ace king, so he had flopped 2 pairs. So we're out of flight 1A. But there is flight 1B tomorrow, so we will re-enter again tomorrow, see if we can spin up something better than we did today. We'll try again tomorrow. Thanks. We didn't do too much recording for 1B as it didn't go well, so here are some hands we ran into on 1C.
Complete hand you're on. Next hand, 600 small blind, 1200 big blind, 1200 big blind ante. 6, 12, 12. Next hand.
2 players. 1 all in.
Hey everyone, it's Eloise here. So firing at mini main flight 1C again, hoping for a better day. So far, cards have been a little better, so we've been able to pick up a few pots. I'll update about a fun hand we had just a little while ago. We're end of level 4, so we're on a quick break here. Looks like the field's going to be way bigger than flight 1A and B. So looking at a fun field, hoping for a good day of cards. I wanted to tell you about a fun hand we had just a little while ago. Level 2 or 3. Blinds were 2 and 400 with 400 ante. We were on the big blind with queen 10. We limp in. Middle position raises, to 1200. Old guy to his left calls, so we call with our queen 10. Flop comes queen 4. The original raiser checks it. Old guy bets 2,000. So we called, and the original raiser makes it 6,000. Old guy calls it, we call. Turn comes a 6. It goes check, check, I check. River comes a 7. So pretty safe board for us. It goes check, check, I bet 3,000, and they both call me. Original raise at tables and pocket kings pretty proudly. I turn over mine, and the old guy flashes pocket jacks, lofts, and folds, and we take down a nice pot there. Okay, quick update. We're at the end of level 12, so we're on break here quickly. On the right before the second break, our chip stack took a little bit of a dive. We made a mistake against a young kid at the table. We flopped open-ended, tried getting him off the hand, taking control of it. We almost put him all in, but he ended up making the call, and we had to muck our hand there. So we took a big hit there, but it ended up helping us in the long run because it was about 30 minutes later we ended up getting pocket aces in the big blind. Blinds were 1,000, 2,000. Under the gun 2 made a min raise to 4,000. That same young kid called. We ended up having four callers at that 4,000 until it came back to us. We made it 25,000, fold and a fold, and the young kid thought about it a little bit and then pushed like a small stack out, which would have just been a call, but apparently he did say all in. So we called, obviously, and he had a little more than us because of the hand that we had given to him earlier. He ended up having ace queen of clubs, so our aces did hold, and so we bounced back up, and then made another mistake against the player in seat 9. He's a very aggressive player, but he's been getting a lot of hands. Unfortunately raised him at the wrong time when he then turned a pair, and we never caught up, so we took another hit there. Right before break now, I had ace 4 in the small blind. He did a min raise again. Blinds are now 3,000. He made it 6,000, so we called with ace 4 of diamonds. Everyone else folded. The flop came miracle. 2, 3, 2, 3, 5. Ding, ding, ding. We checked. He bet. I called. On the turn, he bet 25,000. I'm pretty sure just trying to get me off the hand now. I made it 50,000. He called. On the river came a good blank card. It was just a queen. And I just put half of my pink stack, which must have been about 40,000 out there. And he thought about it, maybe just 30 seconds, and then he did muck. So we picked up a really nice one. We're back at 242,000, so pretty good stack going in now. We're about double what average stack is. Late reg will be done at the end of this break, so we're sitting pretty good now. And about half the field has been eliminated, but with late reg, we'll still get more people. So here's hoping for some big pots after break now, and then we'll have dinner break in 2 hours. So hopefully we'll be back with a good update then. Update from the end of the day from the mini main, flight 1C. We did make the money. So we were getting moved around a lot as tables were breaking, pretty normal as the evening goes on. After the last update I did was at the end of level 12, we were doing really, really well. Level 13, 14 were terrible for us. We did make a couple mistakes and then took a pretty bad beat. And so then that left us back at starting stack. It was recovery mode, had to rebuild. Quite the roller coaster. After level 15, 16, 17, we managed to rebuild. We got a good stack going again. We were back in the 300, 400,000 stack size. Tables got broke a lot. We did get to play with Alex Livingston for a little bit. What a lovely gentleman he is. He was great to play with. We had a pretty good table that helped our stack a lot. Managed 2 good double ups there, which helped our stack. Then we got moved again to a new table. We doubled up with Jack pre-flop all in against Ace 10. That did hold, so that gave us a good stack. Then we were waiting to break the money bubble. So it did 887 got paid. About the middle of level 20 is when the money bubble did break. We did lose a big one against one of the short stacks. We doubled him up. I had King 9 against his Queen 8. He went all in pre-flop. I did call him. Flop came Ace, King, Queen. We were pretty hopeful until the 8 came on the turn to give him 2 pair and just a deuce on the river. So unfortunately, we doubled him up. Wasn't long after that, we doubled him up again, unfortunately. He went all in with Ace 4 offsuit. I called with pocket 3s, and the flop came 8, 8, Ace. 6, and then another Ace, giving him a full boat. So unfortunately, that left us very short stacked, so we were just waiting for a hand. I didn't want to bag a small stack and take it into day 2. Unfortunately, that's, yes, it might have got us a few money ladders, but it wasn't worth it. So after that table got broke again and we moved for the final time, my new table, I had Queen, Jack of clubs, went all in, got called by pocket 10s, and unfortunately nothing came on the board to help us. It was a 7, 2, 5, 9, 8 on the board, and so the pocket 10s held up. So we did finish 512th out of approximately 5,900 people or so. So pretty happy with that finish. It's been a long day, 13 hours grinding, but that's what we hope for. So we'll be back at it again with another tournament tomorrow. Okay, that had to be the quickest entry in the 600 deep stack. We get placed up in the Versailles, in the Providence Ballroom, which is like up on the 3rd floor of Horseshoe. Sit down at our table. We have a pretty wild table. There's one guy from Israel who is raising every hand, and as long as he has chips, he's betting. A couple people have called him on his bluffs already. So we go in, we have ace queen suited. He raises per usual with 2,000. I raise it to 4,000. Flop comes pretty easy, deuce 7, 7, and he goes all in. So we call him. He does have the bluff. He has 4, 5. So should be sitting pretty good. Turn comes a 4 and river comes a 4. So we are out of that one pretty quick. It was good while it lasted, I guess. Would have been a perfect table to get some chips on, but not gonna happen today. Hey everyone, well, we are back from Vegas. Good to be home. After that last tournament, the 600 deep stack that we took that bad beat in, we needed a little time to recover and decided that would be the last tournament we'd play for the week. So took a couple days, spent it with friends that were with us, and then safe trip home. So quick summary of the trip. So we entered the mini main event. We did flight 1A, B, and C. We did cash in flight 1C. And then we did the 600 deep stack. That was a pretty short experience there. And then we did play one of the daily deep stacks as well for 250. In that deep stack, I didn't do any filming or taking note of any hands there. We were doing really well, unfortunately, and our pocket kings ran into pocket queens. Flop came queen high, so we got all our chips in there and unfortunately got beat in that one. So overall, 5 tournaments, cashed in one of them. We'd like to cash in more than that, obviously, but pretty happy with that outcome. At least we came home with some money. Until we play again, I think over the next few weeks here, we'll do a couple online tournaments, and then we have some vacations planned, so working around those. And then we'll look at some tournaments either for the MSPT or maybe one or two of the circuit events for the WSOP. So we'll have to look at some of the locations and where they're going to be and see if they fit with the schedule. So thanks for coming along with me for our annual Vegas WSOP trip, and until we update you again, thanks.